what's up YouTube? It's your girl L back at it again. Look, I had this hair laying around from Hairtensity that I had bought from Sally's, a couple years ago. So I thought, today I would put it together and try to construct myself a little peekaboo type wig. Right now, initially it was going to be a bob wig, okay? But we'll show you how it turned out a little bit later on in the video. But look at the hair. Okay, the hair, this particular row here, this is going to be my underlying row. Like I said, it's a peekaboo wig. That means that on the bottom there's a color that's trying to get out, and then on the top there's a color covering it. And as the hair on the top moves, you'll get to see glimmers and hints of the baseline color, the color under the bottom. So I chose for my color under the bottom to be the 613. Like I said, I had this hair laying around, but I do remember that I did buy it from Sally, so I do know that's where it came from. So I am putting these last finishing touches on the first couple of rows of hair there. And you can see that I'm using a C-curve needle. I'm using the black thread because I tried the blonde thread, and when I done that, the blonde thread just kind of stuck out a little bit more, and I didn't like the way that looked. And so now I'm going on to the next row, and I do believe this is about my fourth row of hair here, with the 2-finger with spacing between each track lines, so that way it's not so big and bulky, because you don't want it too much to stack too much hair on top of each other, because then you'll get the big bulky look, and that's not what we're going for. And so yeah, you can check me out just constructing this wig. And look, I got these headsets on, right? These are one of my favorite pair of headsets. These are my Sony's, right? I love these things, but I was using them because I was trying to use my iPod. I saw a story on the news that day, I'm constructing the wig, that they're discontinuing the iPod. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love my iPod. So I broke my iPod out, and that's what you see me grooving to here. I'm sitting here listening to a concert, and so I'm just really in the groove on that. But as well, I have a concert going on my TV as well, so I'm doing my thing, just grooving. So honey, sometimes you have to just put your headsets on and get your groove on and let your creativity flow and do your thing, So as you can see, here I am constructing the upper layers of the unit, and I am putting the brown. Now, like I said, that first layer, those were 613s. This particular layer, this is a number 2. This is your basic brown. And the one thing I came in close, zoomed up a bit to show you guys was, this is the thing about the hair. Now, I love the way the hair is bone straight and it stays straight all the time. I mean, like, you can put it in a book and put it under your bed and sleep on it, but when you wake up and flip it out, that hair is going to be straight. I do like that about it. But the hair has a little flaw for me, because I do not like the way, as you can see up there at the top of where the bundles are sewn together, there is maybe about 1/4 of a length of hair just sticking out. So it's kind of like this track right here is a little better than the previous track, but if you don't watch the way the hair is sewn, you will get the hair just kind of bulging out from where they just flipped it over and just sewed it and didn't go all the way down, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, if you are looking for some bone straight hair, this is some good at a budget, like that you can just run out and pick up. You don't have to wait on, it to be delivered. The Hairtensity hair at Sally's, it's not bad, for the bone straight look like that. It's looking good. Now, I have not, I've had this hair a while. Like I said, I just was using the hair. I had bought the hair to make clip-ins for myself. But like I said, the hair was so bone straight, and my hair is not that. I have more of a body wave that at the end of the day, the hair kind of separated from my hair. So it wasn't a good look for me. But if you're looking for the bone straight hair, Hairtensity Sally's. Now you can start to see a little bit of how the hair is sticking out at the top. See that? And I don't really like that. But We're pressing on, and see now at the top of the circle on the wig, that circle is getting smaller and smaller. That's what you want, and it's all evenly laid down. That's what you're going for, because you don't want any bulges in the top of your unit. So this is another view as I sew another track around already. You can see that that's getting smaller, and I'm just going around following the natural circumference of the top of the cap in a pattern, a circular motion, until that circle gets smaller. And then that's when you want to try to come up with what kind of closure deal you're going to do. Now, you can very well make your own closure. You could actually just put your piece of lace right there and go ahead and crochet you some hair in. Or you can split a track, maybe take a little bit, roll that up, sew it, flip it over, do the flat iron technique I told you about. Just sew it so the pieces don't come unravel. As you can see there, that's what I'm doing with that piece in my hand. See that? I showed you how that looked. You would just place that on there. After you've sewn that together, see how it comes unravel if you don't sew it. You have to sew that down, but you have to sew it by itself and then sew it, attach it to your top of your wig. But there'll be later videos on that right there, because I have decided to go with just a two flap method. It's not a flap, but it is just two pieces of hair that will fit in that circle, and directly across from each other. That will be rubber to rubber, the top where it's sewn. And there you have it. You have a flat sewn closure. And I'm going to back it up a bit just so you can see me go ahead and comb this little pretty baby out. And y'all can let me know what you think at the bottom. And hey, all of these supplies, I just got the supplies, like I just had some thread. All of this came from Sally's. You can get the thread at Sally's. That's where I buy my thread. You can get the thread at Sally's. You can get the needles at your local beauty supply store. You can use a C curve, a J curve, a straight needle. Oh, look at the peekaboo action, right? I am getting that feeling. I'm loving that. Yes, I am. But you can get the needles from even Walmart. Like, you could just get some sewing needles, some large sewing needles, So if you want to do it, you can find the supplies, let me tell you. But also, you can also do your Amazon, and they have lovely needle sets there. But you just want to go ahead and get you some nylon thread. You want to go ahead and get you some needles. You're going to need a wig cap, which you're going to get at your local beauty supply store. Look at the beautiful layers there. Like I said, I didn't use a lot of tracks because you don't want a big old bulky piece, I wasn't going for that. This is more of a light summery wig, and I already used the wig cap when I wanted to use a wig cap, not a skull cap, if you will. I could have used a fishnet wig cap is what I'm saying, but I did not do that. I decided to go ahead and give it a little more structure and try this cap here. But all of these supplies, you're going to need scissors, and all that to cut your thread, but it's basic, just some needle and thread, your wig thread, a little thicker thread than sewing, a patch on your clothes. But I have used that before when I wanted to do a wig and I didn't have the thread before I found out I could buy the thread, because my first thread I bought at Amazon. I used that. So whatever you have, get you a needle, some thread, a wig cap, some scissors, and some hair from your local beauty supply store or Sally's, and do your thing. Thank you for watching. Hit that bell and subscribe.